Rob here at etrailer.Com, and today we're going to be taking a look at the etrailer Class 3 custom fit trailer hitch receiver on our 2013 Ram 1500. So here's what our hitch is going to look like once we have it installed. It's going to have a really clean, almost factory appearance, because all we're going to see is that receiver tube sticking out right here at the back of the bumper. Now, since it is a Class 3, it's going to give us that 2-inch by 2-inch receiver tube opening and have the widest variety of options when it comes to accessories. Obviously, we're going to be able to put in a ball mount, we can tow a trailer, but also if we use our truck for working, we're going to be able to put in a bed extender and carry some really elongated gear, or if we just want to hit the trails with some friends, we could put a bike rack in there. The options really are very, very wide, and we can do a lot when we have a hitch on the back of our truck. But regardless of what kind of accessory you're going to be using, they're all going to mount through the hitch pin hole here on this side. Our hitch will accept a standard 5/8 pin and clip. Now, these are not included with the kit, but you can pick them up here at etrailer.com along with some locking devices to make sure your accessories are secure and anti-rattle devices to cut down on the noise when we're driving down the road. Now, our safety chain connection point is going to be a plate style, and I like the way these are is because they're not going to interfere with our pins and clips because they're going to be behind them off to the side. And you'll see we'll have plenty of room to get even some of the smaller hooks in place, or if we have some of the really large safety hooks, we'll still have plenty of room to get those hooked on or take them off. Now, obviously, when you're looking for a hitch, you want to make sure that it's going to be up to the task that you put it to. So as far as the weight rating goes, our hitch is going to have a 600-pound tongue weight. It's going to be the maximum downward force at the end of the receiver tube. And it's also going to have a 6,000-pound gross trailer weight rating. That's how much it can pull, but that does include the trailer and everything we have loaded on it. Now, the hitch is rated for use with weight distribution systems as well. That's going to bump the tongue weight up to 1,000 pounds and the gross trailer weight rating up to 10,000 pounds. But you do want to check your Ram's owner's manual because that's the rating for the hitch, and we don't want to exceed the manufacturer's rating for our truck. I'd like to give a few measurements. These are going to help you whenever you're looking for accessories for your new hitch, like a ball mount, a bike rack, or even a cargo carrier. From the center of the hitch pin hole to the outermost edge of the bumper, it's going to be right about 2 inches. That measurement is going to help you out when you're looking for folding accessories to make sure they can go in the full upright position and they're not going to come in contact with the rear bumper. From the ground to the inside top edge of the receiver tube opening, it's going to be 19.5 inches. Now, that measurement is going to help you out when you're looking for a ball mount so you can find the appropriate rise or drop and match it up to your trailer. But now that we've seen what our hitch looks like and gone over some of the features, let's go through the installation together. To begin our installation, I want to start off by mentioning we lowered our spare tire down, so we have a little bit more headroom to work under here, but it's not going to be required to put your hitch in. What we do want to do is we want to come to the center of the bumper here, and if we look on the bottom, we'll see that there's a hole. Yours may have a plug in it, but ours previously had a ball mount attached to the bumper, so we don't have anything there right now. But you may have a plastic plug. You want to pop it out at the top of the bumper here in the center where the step is. So we want to grab our hitch now, and we'll notice that there's going to be a slot in the center. This channel here is going to go around that beam that's behind the bumper. And we want the hole on top to line up with the hole that we removed that plug from. So kind of tilt your hitch so it fits in behind the bumper here. We want to grab the large hex bolt out of your kit. Coming from the top, we'll drop our bolt down. You want to get a few threads started by hand so the hitch will hold itself up. But we don't need to crank down on it too hard. We just want to make sure that the hitch will hold itself up there and we don't have to worry about it falling. Now, on the back of our hitch where that beam is, we'll see that we have 2 more attachment points. Now, obviously the hitch isn't going to be perfectly lined up because it's still loose and only being held in by that one bolt. But if we lift it up, we'll see that we're going to have holes that line up in that bumper beam, and we're going to have to get some hardware in place. So we're going to grab our pull wire, we're going to take the coiled end, we'll feed it in through the hitch and then through the beam, and we're going to push it all the way to the outside to where it can come out the end of that bar. Once you have your wire sticking out, you want to make sure that the coiled end and the tail end are still on the outside of this bar. We'll take a square hole spacer block, we're going to slide it over the coiled end of the wire, push it to the inside. We'll grab a carriage bolt. We want to thread the end of our bolt onto the end of the wire. We'll push all that back into the frame there. Grab the tail end of our pull wire. pull all of that until we can get our bolt to come through the hole, and then we're going to repeat that for the other side of our hitch. And once you have both bolts through, we're going to remove our pull wire. Now you want to be careful not to push the bolt back into the frame. Once you have the bolt removed, we'll take a flange nut, and we'll thread it onto our bolt, and then we'll do the same thing for our other carriage bolt on the other side. Now that we have all of our hardware in place, I'm going to grab a 1/2 inch hex bit and tighten up the large bolt going through the bumper. Now for our 2 flange nuts on the back side of our hitch, we're going to use a 3/4 inch socket to tighten those up. Now you want to make sure you come back with the torque wrench, and we're going to torque all of our hardware down to the specified amount in the instructions. Once you have all your bolts torqued down, that'll finish up your installation and your look at the eTrailer Class 3 custom fit trailer hitch receiver on our 2013 Ram 1500.